everyone, it is video number 2 with tips and tricks. Today it is the top 3 texting tips you can use to successfully inspire a man to ask you out on a date. When you get to that place where you're ready for that ask, but you don't know if it's going to come or not, there's a way in which you can write a message to a man to inspire him. So just like women, men like to be complimented both on something that is sexy about them or attractive, as well as something substantive about them. So one of the first things you can do is when you either initiate a message, like on any of those apps where women must initiate first, or you are first replying to a man who has just sent you a introductory message. You can begin to, what I like to think of as seeding the message so that you can circle back later and make the connection so that then it'll draw him out to ask you for taking action and going on a date, whether it's on the phone or lunch or dinner. You can absolutely do this. So this is a powerhouse combination of a message, and it will make you stand out among all the other messages in his inbox. And most of all, it will incite him to send you a genuine message in reply. The kind of message you dream of and desire that is really specific and authentic. Because you took the time to be authentic with him, he's going to be authentic with you. It's amazing how this works. So whether you first want to select something about a man on his profile that you find attractive that is of substance. For example, you could say something like, you are passionate about international travel. So I say, making it really seem inspirational, you are passionate about, fill in the blank with something substantive that you like from his profile. Then follow it up with, and you have, and you can fill in the blank with one of 3 things. These are the ones I particularly like that I think you could use. You are yummy tall. Every man who is tall, if he's taller than you, will love to hear that. You have gorgeous eyes, and you have strong arms. You can choose one of those 3. What man doesn't want to be told he has strong arms? That sounds protective. He wants to know he can be your hero. That inspires that thought in him. So one of those 3 things can work to draw him in. And no matter what, strong arms, gorgeous eyes, and yummy tall, it doesn't matter what age you are, those are qualities that sustain over time. And as you age and grow old together, it inspires something that he knows you will love about him no matter what. Even if it's just the initial conversation, it sort of sets the groundwork for him to feel like he's accepted by you. Now, the next thing you want to do is sign off with a phrase that shows that you are interested. So you can choose one of these 3 things. I am fascinated, I'm intrigued, or my interest is piqued. One of these 3 phrases. Now, these are the seed phrases that later you will loop back to in a later conversation that will illustrate to him that it's time, I'm ready for you to ask me out. And then you sign your name. Not love, not dear, not sincerely, just your name. And then he will reply back with something wonderful. Now, you will go back and forth with a few messages. And when you're at a point where you feel comfortable and ready for him to ask you out, this is what you do. You say this. You say, I'm curious what we should do about our mutual intrigue. What do you think? Now, that's if you use the word intrigued in the first part of your very first message. If you said interest is piqued, you want to say, I'm curious what we should do about our mutual piqued interests. What do you think? Or, I am curious what we should do about our mutual fascination. What do you think? So here you were looping back to that language you used in the very first messaging to him, and then asking the very important question, what do you think, puts the ball in his court to then follow up with, well, I think we should go have dinner, or we should message each other or we should have lunch, or we should have a phone call together, right? So this is where he will stand up and stand in if he is the quality man and truly is interested in you, or he will step out. Either way, you are not wasting your time because you will know fairly quickly and you won't be having to have days and days and weeks of messages with somebody. You will move it along to a pace to know if it's time to move on and meet. Because you know pretty quickly from a couple messages if you're interested or not. And so it's nice to give the man the nod, give him the win-win opportunity to know that you as the woman are open to him asking you out and that he will not fail at that. Because men get scared and don't want to take risks either, but this gives them that opportunity to feel successful before they've even asked you. So try these tips out. I would love to know what you think. Give them a spin and then hit reply and let me know how this turned out for you and what dates you ended up procuring because you simply placed into motion using these tools. Never again do you have to wonder, staring at the screen, what should I write to this man who just wrote to me? Or how do I get him to ask me out when I'm ready now? I think this is getting to a point where we need to either meet or not message anymore. This is how you do it. Simple, clear, and you can use the same messaging over and over again if you like. Use the one that you like the most or mix it up. It's totally up to you, but it works so many times, practically every single time. And so I can't wait to hear your comments and hear the excitement from when you are successful in leading this man to get to the ask, because he wants to feel like a hero. And he also wants to know that, you'll say yes. So give him that extra nod, that nudge that gives him the okay, and see how successful you are.